Now it's time for Senior Road Tax Heat number 5. Groups A versus C. Here's your starting grid. It's Jaden Teen versus Kai Hillets on the front row. Lewis Gilbert and Kai Hunter on row number 2. Teresa Babichkova and Sean Butcher, row 3. Luke Neeson and Paul Fokwemin rounding out the top 4 rows. And rounding out the top 10, representing the Netherlands and Italy, it's Tommy van der Stroys and Matteo Pianezzola. Next up, it's Mitch Heinert and Jod van Wijk, Jamie Pirilli and Frederick Zevis on row number 7. Lachlan Robinson will be joined by Germany's Farin Mega on row 8. Days Dams and Estonia's Paul Hamburg, row 9. Atjoms Sestakovs and Adam Valster complete the top 20. Stein Scholten, Bram Ossevada, Scott Westhovens, Jack Webster, Tonis Johannes Dominguez, Jake Bezelbeck, Gustav van Gop, Anton Morsing, Chloe Canard, Romans Rodinovs ran at the top 30. Iva Anaxtodiadis, Kau Karenik, Benoit Tordima and Amanda Salonen, Artur Karo and Ragnar Simuland round out the 36 strong grid. So 7 minutes on the timer plus an additional lap of racing. This is the penultimate race of the day, after which the next race coming up, Groups B versus D, we will have our top 30 decided when everything sporting and technical has been taken into consideration. Then 6 drivers will take no further participation in the race weekend. From 31st to 66th, they will battle in what will be a frantic second chance heat tomorrow morning for the final 6 spots in the top 36 to go through to finals. The remainder will then battle it out for the B final tomorrow morning at around 11:25 local time. Hillets has won a heat, so has Jaden Teen. We're now going to see if one of these drivers will pick up 2 wins. Revs rise, are we ready, are we steady? Lights are out first time. Good start by the pole sitter. Hillets keeps it pinned to the outside. Gilbert looks to the inside. And a bit of a run wide by Jaden Thien and Kai Hillets. And Lewis Gilbert has springboarded up into the lead. It's a direct result through into turn number 2. Drivers now making their way onto the Europolan, and it's a very, very big run wide by Kai Hillets. That's uncharacteristic. Now, whether he was assisted, I didn't quite pick that out, but I know for a fact that he will be fighting his way through. It's going to be a bit close, a bit of a run wide through turn 7. One driver compromised and one driver up in the air, and that's caused havoc behind. Oh, dearie me. Again, the desperation of some drivers looking to try and it sinks in because they know they've got to put it all on the line. Hillets has got to fight back, and I think he's well outside of the top 15. Or he could be close to the bottom part of it. Lachlan Robinson. Now, that's Lachlan Robinson. Now, where on earth has he come from? Because he's now up into 10th. He started 15th with Jamie Pirilli on the same row. Pirilli's up to 9th. So the pair of them have definitely made some significant inroads. Sean Butcher behind Teresa Babichkova. Looks like Jaden Thien is just ahead of them. Gilbert is leading the way. Now, who is behind him? That would be, I'm going to hazard a guess, it's Kai Hunter in the 335. Who's definitely decided to sprout some interesting facial hair, as in he's got a mustache going, folks. And, just like his dad. And now a change between Fokwemin as Van der Stroys gets through on the Frenchman through turn number 10. They've got the 375 of Luke Neeson behind. And Gilbert now coming under pressure. And oh dearie me, Pirilli and Pianezzola, I'm not too sure have they had an incident. Well, there is a couple of carts on just off of Marshall post number 1. There's quite a few that have dropped down as a direct result. So again, we're seeing a repeat of what we saw, but not in the same significance as the last junior road tax heat just a few moments ago. Stein Scholten, Frederik Zebis is on that list, and that would correlate to the 2 karts I see off of Marshall post number 1. Now there is Jaden Teen. Jaden Teen right with Hunter and Gilbert, and Teen pulls the pin on the grenade up the inside of the 335. He goes. Sean Butcher and Tommy van der Stroy is now ahead of Teresa Babičková. Luke Neeson rounds out what will now be the top 7. Lachlan Robinson now up into 9th behind Paul Forquemin, and now Forquemin and Robinson go into battle. They both get past Luke Neeson. Difficult race last time out for Lachlan Robinson, retiring after lap number 6. Now Robinson up the inside of Forquemin. Neeson tries to get through at the same corner, but the Frenchman holds his ground. And Robinson said to Forquemin, look, let's not start squabbling now. Let's go after those in front, because there is a little bit of a gap, but they have 3 minutes and 40 plus an additional tour to close on in. And the person in front of Lachlan Robinson now, who is in 7th, by the way, is Teresa Babičková. Jaden Teen now up the inside of Lewis Gilbert through the final corner to now take the lead. Butcher in 3rd position. 4th place, it's Hunter. 5th, it's van der Stroy. Babičková in 6th place. And there is Robinson. I think now, has Neeson got past Forquemin? Yes, he has. And there's Mitch Haynert. Mitch Haynert now is in a 3-way scrap for 8th to 10th place as a direct result. So Robinson now has a bit of clear air. He can now start pushing. And the top 6 last time around, folks, were covered by 0.8 of a second. So it's all about getting a solid amount of consistent finishes over the course of the day. So it's only if you see a move available and you can take that opportunity with at least 100, maybe 105, maybe 110%, and you have belief that you can pull off that move, you will go for that gap. That's guaranteed. 1 second covers the top 6 as we now go on to lap number 6. So Jamie Perilli, Frederik Zebis and Stijn Scholten out of the race. As Jaden Teen takes a little bit of a wider entrance into turn number 6 for Quemin and Haynert still battling away over what is now 9th. Kai Hillitz in the moment is in 14th. Another solid weekend in the BNL Karting Series for the man known as Red Actions, aka Bram Ossevada, in the 376. They round out the top 15 positions. And behind them, they've got the likes of Adam Valster, Gussi van Gogh, Paul Hamburg from Estonia. And now Babičková gets past Hunter through turn number 12 with just over 1 minute and 20 on the timer. Now Gilbert goes up the inside through on turn 2. So does Butcher, but Jaden Teen's going to hold his ground. Van der Stroy's looking for the opportunity to get through on Butcher, and he takes it through into turn number 4. Brilliant work by the young Dutchman. Absolutely spectacular stuff there. Cold, calm and calculated from Van der Stroy's. Just under 60 seconds to go in this penultimate senior Rotax heat. And Robinson is now behind Hunter. And Hunter has got Robinson up his inside. Robinson's through for 6th. I thought as soon as he got clear air, he got past Forquemin, got past Neeson, got on with business. Van der Stroy's in 2nd at this point. He's got past Jaden Teen. So Jaden Teen now in 3rd place. Babičková looks for the inside move on Sean Butcher. Through into turn 2 and she gets there. Now, KR Sport could have a little bit of a field day in the next 2 laps. And now, Butcher up the inside of Babičková. Robinson gets through at the same point. 2 teammates that are good friends off the track, and they've started to make that move forward. If it was only a couple of minutes earlier, it could have completely changed the dynamic, but never say never. Timer has expired. This could be the best finish for Robinson, I think, on this heat stay. He's at a top 10. He's at a retirement. Oh no! Van der Stroy went for a banzai move up the inside of Gilbert, and that has allowed Butcher into third, Robinson up into fourth, and Jaden Thien now retakes the lead onto the final lap. Well, how's about that? The apple cart well and truly upset. It was Tommy van der Stroys that just went for a move. A bit of a sign of desperation, if I'm completely honest. And there is Luke Neeson, Babichkova looking to go side by side. And Butcher and Robinson starting to put the pressure on to van der Stroys. Jaden Thien now pulling away on the cusp of getting his second heat victory. He picked up a win in his first heat. Now it's going to be heat number 3, a disappointing retirement on the opening lap after engine drama struck the young Dutchman. So Jaden Thien out of turn number 12 will win the penultimate senior Rotax heat. But what's going to happen behind? Because you've got van der Stroys who's going to take second, Butcher third, Robinson, will he take fourth? Yes, he does by a fraction. And Hunter takes fifth place. Gilbert, who was leading after, well, before that move from van der Stroys, takes sixth. Teresa Babichkova, Luke Neeson, Fahin Mega starting 16th, finished 9th. Paul Forquemin in 10th. Mitch Haynert, Days Dams. Gilletz takes 13th at the end of that race. Head of Jot van Wijk and Adam Valster. Another solid top 10, top 15, top 20 finish for Bram Osseva. De Gusse van Gogh made some good headway as well. She started 27th. Made up 10 places. I've Anagnostiitis from Australia. I will have to come and see the family a little bit later on so I can get the pronunciation ready for tomorrow. Anton Morsing and Karl Korenik ran at the top 20. Paul Hamburg, Benoit Tordema, Tonis Johannes Dominguez, Scott Westhovens, Matteo Pianizzola ran at the top 25. With Atjoms Sestakovs, Romans Rodinovs, Chloe Kennard, Amanda Salonen and Ragnar Simuland running at the top 30. Autokaru, Jack Webster and Jake Bezelbecker being the last of the classified finishers, with Jamie Perilli, Frederick Zebis and Stain Scholten out on lap number 2.